Inside the enterprise level data center, we have many major domains like network, storage, virtualization, security, and many other domains. But when we talk about the virtualization platforms, we have many options: VMware, Microsoft Hyper-V, XAN, KVM, Proxmox. But the important thing is that when we talk about these all virtualization platforms, they have many limitations regarding the performance, regarding the security, and other advanced level features. Now, in this episode, we not only discover those limitations, but we will definitely talk about those ideas which will overcome to these limitations. So, let's move with this episode. Hello and welcome to all of you on my productive and skill oriented training platform. Basically, when we look at the data center, so we find number of major domains and virtualization is one of them. And when we deep dive inside the virtualization platform, so we find that there are number of products available. Some products are based on the vendor side, while the other products are on the open source platform. If I talk about the vendor based application, so we know that Microsoft Hyper-V and VMware ESXi both have major competitors inside the enterprise market. Now, if I look at the open source side, so we know that there are KVM, QEMU, Proxmox, XAN applications available regarding the virtualization side. But the important thing is that when we implement one of these virtualization products on our data centers servers, so they create software based virtualization platform. And when we talk about the software based virtualization platform, so we know that the whole and soul story is round about that single operating system, which is known as hypervisor. Now, inside the software virtualization platform, this operating system perform all the functionalities. Like if I want to spin up the virtual machine, so I can look for the options inside the operating system. And if I want to manage the network controllers, if I want to create the virtual drives or virtual storage accounts, so for that purpose all these functionalities will be performed by this single hypervisor. And it's not only about the configuration side. If I'm looking for the management and other stuff regarding the operating system, like if I can see the input output management, the control plan and the other side of the operating system like CPU management, memory, the virtual machine communication, VM communication, and communication between two different hosts. So all these will be performed by this single hypervisor. Although this virtualization platform is much mature during last 20 years, and they can perform lots of functionalities inside the enterprise level data center, but still whenever we look at the virtualization platform, so it works like a one man army. And in this case, when a single application, when a single operating system perform all these kinds of functionalities like management, administration, monitoring, deployment, troubleshooting, logging, each and everything, so definitely the latency issue will be automatically raised, and we will face lots of issues regarding the performance, regarding the security, and regarding the management as well, because every application has its own limitation. That was the point where industry giants think about an other virtualization technology, and that virtualization technology is known as hardware based virtualization. What is hardware based virtualization? Basically, when we look at the software based virtualization platform where we are going to utilize the VMware, Hyper-V, Proxmox, so the important thing is The architecture is completely fixed, and it will go like step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we cannot skip any function, any feature, or any step inside the hypervisor. Now we need a kind of platform where we can minimize those steps. As we minimize those steps, so the performance will be automatically raised. The second and important thing is that we need to find a solution where we can facilitate our hypervisor to perform more less functions whenever we talk about the management, administration, and these kinds of stuff. So in this regard, if I look at the Amazon, so Amazon design its own hypervisor, and that hypervisor is known as Nitro hypervisor. But that Nitro hypervisor is completely designed with a hardware based virtualization. What is hardware based virtualization? Basically, inside the hardware based virtualization, we have three major areas. The first one is the network, the second one is storage, and third one is security. And we know that these are the three major areas. At level 1, Nitro hypervisor has a dedicated Nitro network controllers. These network controllers have their own operating system, have their own firmware, and have their own CPU. Now you can understand this hypervisor in a big picture, where a network controller has its own operating system, firmware, and all dedicated ports. So now you can think about the performance optimization feature inside the Nitro hypervisor. And the important thing, when this Nitro controller has its own operating system, so the hypervisor responsibility in this case will be more less, because now the Nitro hypervisor will never ever manage any kind of activity regarding the network side, which is the core of any data center. The second hardware, dedicated hardware, which is embedded in the Nitro hypervisor, is called Nitro storage controllers. Now, if I want to manage the NVMe and SSDs inside my physical servers, so for that purpose, a dedicated storage controller is available. Now, I take in other responsibility from the hypervisor, which is generally performed by the operating system when I look at the software based virtualization. Now, this Nitro storage controller has its own CPU, has its own firmware, on behalf of which it can perform all the functionalities, all the tasks, all the management independently without interrupting the actual hypervisor, which means that now VMs directly communicating with the hardware, and with the help of that hardware they can easily access their storage drives from their storage area network, or you can say from SAN. Now, the two major areas cover inside that single Nitro hypervisor with two dedicated controllers. Now, the question is how this hardware based virtualization platform is going to tackle the security side. So, for that purpose, a dedicated security controller available, which is embedded, or you can say integrated with this system. This security embedded chip directly manage all kinds of encryptions regarding the virtual machines, regarding their storage, regarding their data. Now we take another responsibility from the software based virtualization platform, where this functionality is directly performed by operating system. Now a separate security chip is available with its own CPU, with its own firmware, with its own algorithms. Now, by that way, when I look at the hardware based virtualization platform, it's awesome. That is why when I look at the virtual machines on the platform of Amazon, the performance is remarkable. We never ever compare the Amazon VM performance with our traditional data center, just because our traditional data center is completely focused on the software based virtualization platform. While I look at the Google data center or Microsoft data center, Azure data centers, and Amazon, so they are completely based on hardware based virtualization, where every component perform their tasks independently. So by that way they are going to provide all kinds of services without any interruption, without any latency, and without any performance issues. And if you want to customize your own traditional data center and you want to facilitate your software based virtualization platform, so there are a number of hardwares available in the market with the compatibility of the HPE, Dell, IBM, and Lenovo. So in the coming episodes we will definitely cover those hardwares, their compatibilities, their configurations. But right now the actual purpose of this episode was to distinguish between the software based virtualization and the hardware based virtualization platform. And I hope I discuss in detail architecture, not only about the software based virtualization but the hardware based virtualization as well. In this session, regarding this session, if you have any questions you can ask in the comment sections, and feel free to write us via email as well. Thank you very much.